Hello and welcome, dear students. I hope you all are fine and staying home safe. I'm your SST teacher, and today we'll be having your SST summary video. I hope you all are fine and doing good at home and enjoying your vacations as well. But I hope that you are preparing for exams as well and focusing on your studies as well. As you all know that after the vacations, after that this summer spring break, you will be having your final term exams at school. So I hope that you are preparing yourselves for that and learning your courses, all the subjects at home. And you know this as well that your first paper on the 29th of March will be of social studies. So I wish you all best of luck for your paper. All papers, especially for social studies first paper, and I hope you prepare very well for it. So let's start with our lecture. So the lecture from which we are the book from which we are going to study is the Nicholas Horsburgh New Oxford Social Studies for Pakistan, and it's the fourth edition for grade 5. And the unit is the History and Rights, and the chapter number is 15, Pakistan after independence, and it's on page number 122. So these are our revision classes. As you all know that these are our revision classes. We have done all the lectures in the classes and in the Zoom lectures before, and now we will just give a revision to those lectures, those question answer that we have in our courses, and that will be included in your final term exams. So I will just help you to understand those question answers, those objectives, MCQs, whatever is in the your lectures. I hope that I will help you to understand that better. So I will start with our chapter number 15, and in the chapter number 15, the first thing we have are the short questions. There are two short questions. So let's look at the question number 1. The question number 1 is, what was a constituent assembly? What was its job? Okay. Now do you know what is the meaning of constituent? Constituent, the word constituent is derived from the word constitution, and constitution means a set of rules, laws, or regulations of a country. Okay, now you all know that Pakistan came into being on 14th of August 1947, and when it came into being, it was a new state, a new country which got independent from India. So for a new country, we need many developments in new countries. Many of the Muslims who arrived in Pakistan at that time were homeless. They had left everything behind in India and had to start a new life in a new country. So for a new state, for a new country, the most important thing we need is a set of rules and regulation, that how we are gonna handle the government and the public affairs. How do we do it with the specific in a specific direction? So that specific directions we are having in a form of a rules and regulation, which are called the constitution. So let's look at the answer of this question. First, we have the heading of Constituent Assembly. So a Constituent Assembly was a name given to a group of leaders joined together to organize government departments and countries' affairs. Okay, now who make the constitution? The next question must arises in your mind is, who make this constitution, that set of rules? So there is a group of leaders who are given this specific thing to do. They join together and they sat together and they organize the government departments and country's affairs. And for that they make a set of rules, and those set of rules are called the constitution. So the group of leaders who join together and make this constitution are called the Constituent Assembly. Okay, now the next part of our question was that what was its job? So its function, the heading was function. Its job was to frame the constitution. Frame means to organize the constitution. Now you all know the meaning of constitution. It means the set of rules, laws or regulations of a country. Okay, I hope you understood the question number 1 very well. Now let's move towards the second question. That is, how is the government chosen in a democracy? How is the government chosen in a democracy? Okay. Now, for this, we have to understand what actually democracy means. So, the heading was democracy. In a democracy, people elect a government of their own choice through the process of elections. Okay, now you all must know what is the meaning of elections. As I have told you, I briefly explained this thing to you in the class as well. But let me explain it again. If you remember, in 2018, we had elections in Pakistan, the most recent one, in which 3 major parties in Pakistan participated. Pakistan People's Party under the leadership of Asif Ali Zardari, Muslim League Nawaz under the leadership of Nawaz Sharif, and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf under the leadership of Imran Khan participated in those elections. And you all know that which one political party came out victorious? Yes, it was Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf that won the elections in 2018, and they are still in the government, as our Prime Minister is Imran Khan and the President is Arif Alvi. So the process by which PTI, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, was elected in the government was the process of elections through the polling, in which we give vote to a specific leader of a specific political party. For example, we give vote to we gave vote to Imran Khan, and he was the leader of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. So many people in the country gave vote to PTI, and then they came out and then they won the election because they got the majority votes. In the elections, the political party who get most of the votes, majority votes, make the government in the country. So that type of government in which people vote and choose their leaders of their own choice is known as the democratic government. It is called the democracy. In our country, the government we are having right now is a democratic government. Okay? We are living in a country which has democracy. Okay. Now I hope you have understood this question as well. Let's move towards the next topic, that is the MCQs of chapter number 15. Okay. Now I will tell you the correct options of each MCQ, and with this you can tally this as well with your neat notebooks. So if there is any mistake, you can correct it before your exam. So MCQs, choose the correct option. The first one is, Quaid-e-Azam was made first dash of Pakistan. So option A is Prime Minister, B is Governor General, C is President, and D is Chief Minister. So the correct option is B, Governor General. Second one is Dash was the first Prime Minister of Pakistan. So option A is Liaquat Ali Khan, B is Yahya Khan, C is Ayub Khan, and D is Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So the correct option is option A, Liaquat Ali Khan. Third one is Quaid-e-Azam died in Dash. Option A is Karachi, option B is Lahore, C is Islamabad, and D is Peshawar. So the correct option is A, Karachi. Quaid-e-Azam died in Karachi. Fourth one, after the death of Quaid-e-Azam, Khwaja Nazimuddin became the next Dash. Option A, politician, B is Governor General, C is President, and D is Chief Minister. So the correct option is Governor General, that is option B. Next, number 5 is in 1956, the first Dash of Pakistan was passed. Option A, law, option B, constitution, option C, act, and option D is charter. So the correct option is option B, constitution. Number 6, we celebrate Defense Day on 6th Dash. Option A is September, B is October, C is November, and D is December. So the correct option is September, A. Number 7 is Dash party was formed by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Option A is Awami League, option B is People's Party, option C is Muslim League, and option D is National Congress. So here the correct option is B, People's Party was formed by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Number 8, on 16 December 1971, a new country called Dash came into being. So option A is Bangladesh, B is China, C is Japan, and D is India. So here the correct option is option A, Bangladesh. Number 9, Dash was the youngest and first woman Prime Minister of Pakistan. Option A, Fatma Ali Jinnah, B is Benazir Bhutto, C Maryam Nawaz, and D option is Rana Liaquat. And here the correct option is B, Benazir Bhutto. The last one, number 10, is the longest serving Prime Minister of Pakistan was Dash. Option A is Musharraf, B is Yusuf Raza Gilani, C is Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and D is Liaquat Ali Khan. So here the correct option is option B, Yusuf Raza Gilani was the longest serving Prime Minister of Pakistan. So this was all about your short question number 1, 2, and the MCQs. I hope you have learned it now. So your homework for the next class is, you will learn the short question 1 plus 2 plus MCQs of chapter number 15 that we have done now. And that test, oral test, I will take in the next online class. I will ask questions from you and then you will answer me. Okay? So this was all about today's lecture. I hope you have understood